Marketing Vice President. So we really wanted to take today and go over today's training webinar with our agents and show you how and basically give you the tools and ideas to generate new leads and prospects in 2015. So we're going to go over, in fact, we saved for the last few slides here, we have the 5 steps to optimizing your business practice. And we're going to show you different ways to use today's technology that's available to you at no charge. So we also have lead programs that are co-opportunities, which we're going to show you on the last slide, so you can also participate in those. But we thought it was real important to give you different ideas so you can tap into maybe new markets or a new niche and show you complementary ways that you can start to collect and download databases to go after certain groups of people, which we're going to show you exactly how to do this stuff in just a few more slides. What we try to do is every week, especially if you've been with us for a long time now, we try to focus on a new topic, a new sales idea or product, something that's going to help you in your everyday business, obviously grow your practice, and ultimately talk to more prospects to get your story out there. We all know that's the name of the game, because if we have no one to tell our story to, then we might as well be sitting in a closed-door office and speaking to the wall. So me, Joe, and a few others in our office here have put together some great ideas that we think will really help you grow your business. Also, I just got back from a big industry meeting in Los Angeles this last few days, and we learned a lot about technology. They had some awesome keynote speakers. In fact, the CEO of Adidas was there speaking. And, you know, obviously the CEO doesn't sell life insurance or market life insurance, but what he was talking about was industry trends. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're selling shoes, life insurance, golf clubs, the industry trends have to do with every business that's trying to make it in 2015. So I learned some great ideas, and I'm going to share a few things with you. And it's kind of funny because we, especially me and Joe on these webinars, we've been preaching to our agents that, you know, you must change to grow. And, you know, there's all these new tools out there and technology like Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and, you know, having your own website and Google Places. And, you know, it could be very overwhelming to the typical person. I don't care if you're, you know, 18 years old or 78. So we think it's important to explain everything to you in layman's terms, because you need to know about the basics to move forward, or else, you know, I hate to say this, but you're not going to be around in 10, 15 years, because the industry is changing so fast, okay, especially with technology now. And just to give you an example, and we should all think about this, the way that the industry is changing and the world is changing as far as technology goes, look at it like a car that's rolling on 4 tires, and you get, you know, one flat tire, and you have to literally change that flat tire while the car is still moving. Okay, we know that's pretty much impossible, but that's how fast the world is changing with today's technology. And we have to cater to that younger generation, whether we like it or not. Okay, they're used to being communicated by ways of Facebook or an email blast. Okay, they don't want someone sitting at their kitchen table at 8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday after the family just had their dinner to talk about life insurance. That's the old way. So we need to cater to our clients, and especially to our clients' children, who are going to be your clients either now or in the very near future. So we all have to think with this new hat on, if you will. I'll give just a couple other examples that I love. Just a couple of days ago, Sky Mall, okay, went out of business. Okay, they were huge. They're in the front pocket of every single airline seat, I think, in the industry, and they're now out of business. And the reason why is because they didn't change. Okay, we all know these days you go on some of these bigger airlines like Virgin and JetBlue, and they all have Wi-Fi now. So everybody's on their smartphones or their laptops, and you can do any kind of shopping that you want now through your either tablet or your cell phone. So why pick up a catalog that has old gum stuck in between the pages and go shopping? So they're gone because they didn't change. Okay, Yellow Pages, another great example. They've been around for probably close to 100 years. Very old school type company, and the same thing. They didn't see the change coming, so now they're pretty much gone. Okay, obviously Google has taken over that part of the industry. I don't know if you're familiar with Auto Trader magazine or Cycle Trader. They were known, okay, they have magazines in just about every gas station or convenience store, and you can go on there and they would have different magazines. One's under 5,000, one was over 5,000, and you can literally open the magazine and look at all of the different used Honda Accords or anything that you wanted to look at. That magazine is pretty much gone today. They moved to an online website, but they were way behind the curve, and they started way too late. Now everybody goes to eBay to buy a car. So the point is, let's not be a SkyMall, a Yellow Pages, an Auto Trader. Let's see where the industry is headed and make the changes now, okay? And we're here to help you. Another great point that I love is, and this goes for an insurance company, an IMO, an agent, a GA. You have to wear two hats now, okay? Your first hat is to run your day-to-day business, okay? And that's maybe calling on leads, servicing existing clients, the day-to-day operations. Your second hat must be, or second role must be, to constantly look ahead. What's coming in 6 months? What new social media tool is out now? What new piece of technology does Levinson offer now that's going to help me get my name out there? What new product is available that I can just send out an email blast and my clients can click and get a quote instantly? So you have to have both hats on all the time in order to grow. Or you can simply do what you've been doing the last 20 years with a yellow legal pad and a pen and keep bringing in those same numbers, and most likely they're going to start to decline, okay, because the younger hotshot agents that know technology are going to get their name in front of your clients. It's going to happen if you don't be proactive and make the first move and make sure you at least have maybe a website, okay? A Facebook page is a must, and an email blast tool. This way you can send out an email once a month. Just keep your name in front of your clients, and we're going to show you different ideas and different ways to do these things. And the last point I'm going to make here, and then we'll move forward, is to grow in 2015 and in the future. Yes, obviously we're all life insurance agents, okay? We all need to help the client, which is most important. We need to know what products that we're talking about or selling. We need to know the details. Obviously, that's number one. But a close number two is we must look at ourselves as a media company now, okay? And when I say media company, that means we have to know the basics. You have to run your own Facebook page, have your own website, make sure it's up to date, okay? Add a family picture of you and the dog and the kids. Know what an email blast tool is and how it works, okay? Be creative. So you have to constantly think like this if you want to grow in 2015 and in the future. And I promise you, I'm seeing this in different industries, in our industry. It's happening, okay? So just be open-minded and listen to some of these ideas. I'm not saying you have to do every single thing, but maybe put one foot forward and build your website today. We have a free website that you can go on and literally be up and running in less than 5 minutes. We did all the work for you, okay? All you have to do is create your website address, which you can do right from our website. So we make it very, very simple. Okay, now we're going to dive into a lot more of this, okay, obviously at our annual Agent Expo on April 24th. So that is a day that you really do not want to miss, especially if you want to move forward and grow in the future and today. So Joe's going to talk about what qualification levels we have and what's going on April 24th. Joe?
Thanks, Bill. So yeah, our annual expo is April 24th, which is a Friday. From the pictures, you can see it's down here in sunny South Florida. The resort that we use is smack on the beach. So if you're a local agent, even if you're from a different state, it is free for all agents to attend. So we certainly encourage you to come down and spend the day. The whole day is focused on sales ideas, concepts. A lot of what we're diving in today, but we're actually taking a little step further at the expo. You get to meet some of the top underwriters, VPs, really know what's happening in the industry and get sales ideas you can use that same day that you actually leave the expo. So a little bit about the qualification levels. Of course, if you're not local, we actually set up these different qualification levels to help get you down to South Florida. The first level, and by the way, these qualification levels started September 1st. They go all the way to the end of March 2015. So the first level, $15,000 of paid premium, that gets you one free night at that beachfront resort. The second level is $40,000 in paid premium. That'll get you round-trip airfare from wherever you are to the actual resort, and then you get one free night. Step 3, or qualification level 3, is $50,000 in paid premium. That'll get you that same round-trip airfare plus 2 free nights at that resort. You can see it's in great South Florida. So if you come in on a Thursday evening, you could spend Thursday evening, Friday night, you could actually spend the whole weekend. So not a bad time to visit South Florida at the end of April. Also, real quickly here, we've got some great upcoming webinars just like you're on right now for the next coming week on Tuesday, which is the 3rd. We're going over some top indexed UL products that include table shade programs, long-term care riders. We're going to be talking about how to market those products, why they're so competitive, and really to give you some sales ideas to use those and identify clients and prospects that'll meet that criteria. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern. Next week on Thursday, which is the 5th, we're actually having an annuity sales webinar. We're talking about the future of retirement income. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern, again, focusing on sales ideas, concepts, how to start the conversation with those annuity clients, how to get them thinking about different types of annuities and what they need to be thinking about when it comes to retirement. That'll run for about 40 minutes again. That is on the 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then the following week on the 12th, we're actually at 2 p.m. having a webinar on our impaired risk division. Our impaired risk division will help you place those hard-to-place cases. We'll fully shop cases, negotiate with the underwriters, and really get you a leg up when it comes to those hard-to-place cases. You can go to CarrieLevinson.com. Over on the right-hand side, you can register for any one of these upcoming training sessions, just like you're on today. We also actually, on that same website, if you go to the right-hand side, you'll see all the archived webinars. There's about 82 different webinars on our YouTube channel, so you can watch those on demand. We cover anything from a lot of the tools we're going over today, the agent website that Bill mentioned. We also cover a lot of great products as well, so definitely check that out. Again, it's available on demand 24/7.
Okay, thank you, Joe. So I'm sure you've probably seen this by now. This was the December issue of Insurance Newsnet magazine. We were on the cover here, and we had the cover story that talks all about using today's technology, okay, to change the way that you've been doing business for the last 5, 10, 20, 30 years. And we share different ideas here with our online lightning term product. We talk about our iGenius sales platform. We talk about all the different social media outlets. So it's a great article, and we're really proud of what we offer to the industry here. So this has generated a lot of buzz around the industry, so we're proud of this. In fact, we're going to obviously send this out in today's email. So everyone on the call is going to get an email after the webinar, and we'll include all of these sales ideas and this article. So if you want to take a quick look, I think it will kind of help you understand the big picture and where we're headed and then where the industry is headed this year and in the future. Okay, so this is our 5-step bucket that we put together for all of our agents so you can kind of understand the big picture here. And a quick example that I'm going to use, and the reason why we think this is so important to all of our agents is, let's say let's say I'm Bill Levinson. I'm the local life insurance agent in the city of Boca Raton, Florida, and Lisa Smith is a client of mine that I sold a term life insurance policy to 5 years ago, okay? And I live maybe 50 feet down the street from Lisa. She knows I'm the local life insurance agent. She bought a policy from me. But what happened is after I sold Lisa her policy, I didn't keep my name in front of her or reach out to ask her, you know, if she had any changes or how's everything going with the family. Let's just say I didn't use the technology that was available to me. So 5 years later, I'm at the grocery store, and I run into Lisa. And I say, hey, Lisa, how are you? And she says, oh, I've been great. She says, how have you been? And I say, great. She says, you know, I just bought one of these long-term care policies. And I say to her, oh, really? You know, well, I offer long-term care. I don't know why you didn't ask me. And she says, oh, my gosh, Bill, I'm so sorry. You know, I would have loved to give you the business. She goes, but I thought you only sold life insurance. And I say to Lisa, no, I also sell long-term care and disability. And she goes, oh, my gosh, I feel terrible. You know, I got one of these email blasts, and it talked about long-term care and how important it is, you know, moving into the future, and you don't want to leave a burden on your children. And I thought it was such a great article that I hit reply, and I got a call back from a guy named Charles, who I have no idea who he is, and he said he's the local long-term care specialist. He came to the house and wrote an application, and I feel terrible about this. Well, guess what? That is 100% my fault, because I didn't do a good job of keeping my name in front of my clients. What I should have done, I should send out a monthly email blast that talks about different products that I offer, different sales ideas, talk about stories like I'm talking about now, anything, okay, that's going to keep your name in front of your clients, even if they close out 90% of your emails. It doesn't matter, because they're going to see your name pop up once a month, and then they're going to see at the bottom my signature or my logo that says, hey, Bill Levinson, the local life insurance, long-term care, disability agent. And guess what? When Lisa got that email from some stranger named Charles, she would have remembered that Bill also sells long-term care and picked up the phone and gave me the opportunity. So now I can keep my clients happy and make a new commission and ultimately make the client happy by selling a great product. So that's what we're talking about here. It's a matter of keeping your name in front of your clients, and we're going to show you different ideas and ways that you can do this to bring the value. These are your clients, okay? They're not Charles' clients. You develop the initial relationship, okay? It's your neighborhood. You're the local insurance agent, so it's very, very important. And all industries are using the same mindset now, okay? It could be where you bought your car. They send out a constant email about oil changes or service specials. That's the way they keep their name in front of their clients. Very simple mindset. So we're going to talk about the 5-step bucket. Number 1 is increasing your leads, increasing your effectiveness, increasing your conversion rate, increasing your transaction value. And we're going to show you how you can show your clients the added value proposition. So Joe is going to dive into each section starting at number 1, and then we'll go from there. Joe?
Thanks, Bill. So, of course, I'll start with number 1 here. Increasing your leads, driving more traffic. Like Bill mentioned, the way that our industry is heading, we need to be part of that conversation. And I'll throw out one statistic here, which we use very often because it's really astonishing when you think about it. 86% of consumers who bought life insurance in 2013 used the Internet to research that product before purchasing. And I think especially when we see the 2014 stats come out, that number will be increased. So what that tells us, just to kind of echo what Bill had just reviewed, we need to be part of that conversation. We need to be in that environment where that client can go on the Internet, they can search for an agent, or if they already know your name or your name of your company, your agency, they need to be able to find you in that online environment. And Bill will also agree with this, but no matter what industry you're in, whether it's looking at a car, whether it's researching any type of product, everybody typically goes to the Internet to find more information. Doesn't matter what it is. And that's true with these life insurance products and annuity products and long-term care products. So being a part of that environment where that client can learn, do the research, and find somebody as a trusted advisor is really a great base for all these other numbers that we're going to go through. So I want to stress that free agent website that we provide at insprofessional.com has a built-in quote engine, health analyzer. It also has a built-in lead capture feature so that when those clients find you, whether it's through your Facebook page or your own agent website or your email marketing, your agent website, they're going to actually be able to enter their information. You're going to know exactly when they were on your website, exactly what information they were requesting. Another thing I want to focus on the right-hand side of the page is the new Facebook quote engine. We've had this for a couple months now. Setting up and administering and keeping your Facebook page up and running is something we can help you with. And I'll actually quote the middle of the page here. You know, we don't really have a choice on whether we do social media or not. The question is, how well can we do it? And I think that's especially true looking at all these different things in the industry. Having a Facebook quote engine is great because your client can learn about products. They can run quotes instantly. They can request more information, all from within inside your Facebook quote page. Very simple, very easy to use. We can get that up and running for you in about 2 days. Having that online presence as we go through a couple of these different items is really key to growing your business and setting up a broad marketing plan to help capture a lot of these sales that you'd be missing right now.
Yeah, Joe, let me also say one thing. We have a CoOp package where we brought in a third-party person that is a social media expert. So we have different packages where they start at $99, and he literally will come in and work with you to get your page up and running and get everything to where everyone is happy, give you the keys, and then you're on cruise control, okay? Or they will even maintain all of your social media every single month. And we pay a portion and you pay a portion of the cost, so it's very, very affordable. Or the other option is our marketers in-house will show you the basics just so you feel comfortable, and then you can get yourself up and running. So whichever option you would like to go with, we are here to help you every step of the way. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yep. Number 2, increasing the effectiveness of your sales process. So the focus of number 2 is making more contacts, scheduling more appointments, making sure that you're not leaving any business on the table. And that could be as simple as just doing an automated process to make sure you follow up on everybody. It could also be, like our given example on the bottom here, reviving stale leads. Now, this is what we call the 5+5+5 method, and I think it's amazing. Step 1, every day, and you have to be committed to this. You have to do this every single day. You have to write 5 handwritten notes to old clients, old leads, people that never purchased anything but expressed some sort of interest. Just something quick. Hi, it's Joe. I just wanted to follow up. Hope you're having a great new year. I'll contact you in the next couple of days to actually see how we can help each other, what needs I can help you with. So that's step 1, writing those handwritten notes, 5 every single day for 5 days a week. Now, step 2, you're going to wait 5 days. Now, of course, during every one of those 5 days, you're writing 5 more handwritten notes every single day. And then step 3 is making 5 phone calls every single day to those people that you wrote notes to 5 days ago. So you're sending out that letter, you're waiting 5 days, and you're giving them a call. What you'll find is that what have normally been a cold call is now more of a warm call because someone's going to receive that note, they're going to see your information. They may or may not remember the initial phone call that you've had, but when you call them on that 5th day, a lot of them will remember that mailer that they've received, maybe it's a day or 2 ago. So if you actually enact this process, and you have to be religious with it, every single day you have to stick to it, otherwise it's not going to work as great as it could be. You'll find that a lot of people will respond very positively to those notes because what would have been a cold call is now a little bit warmer, and statistically, if that person realizes who you are, there's some sort of synergy there besides just a cold call, you're going to get that sale. You're going to have a better chance to get your foot in the door, and they're going to remember exactly who you are. I think it's a great process. It's very inexpensive to do, and you'll see in the long term it generates a lot more leads and a lot more activity for that sales pipeline. Number 3, increasing your sales, getting your conversion rates up. This is extremely important. Right now, if you're not using any sort of system to track your prospects, to make sure you're following up, I guarantee you're losing a lot of business. there's one free tool that we provide called Me Again. You'll see it on the bottom of the page here. This is really a great way to completely change the fact that you're losing all those people that are falling off, to turn those old prospects, those old clients, even if it was years ago and you still have their information, it's not too late. You can upload all that data, use this mobile app to actually retain that business. So in a nutshell, what this is it's actually an application that you use on your smartphone, on your home PC, on your laptop, any electronic device or smartphone that you have. You can download this Me Again app. It's available in the iTunes Store. It's available in Google Play. What it allows you to do is streamline your entire contact management system. It has a built-in business card scanner. It has over 100 pre-designed sales templates. And I'll go back to Bill's example of Lisa, who bought that long-term care policy. The reason that Lisa didn't use Bill for purchasing that product is because she didn't remember Bill. Using this tool, which again doesn't cost you a penny, will avoid that scenario. It'll make sure that Bill's name stays in front of that client, or your name stays in front of that client every single month or every 3 months, however often you'd like, so that you're always in the front of that person's mind when it comes to insurance. If Bill would have sent Lisa an email a month before she started thinking about long-term care or saw that advertisement, she definitely would have given Bill a call and he would have been able to earn that sale. Another great thing, yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Let me say one thing, too. Just think in your mind, anybody that you meet, okay? It could be if you're working a home show expo and you're the life insurance guy or girl. It could be if you're at the grocery store and you meet someone. Try to get in the habit. You grab their business card, take a picture with the Me Again app. It uploads all of their information. At the same time, that person gets an invite to your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page, and your Twitter account. Okay, or if you just have a Facebook page, that's okay. So they get the invite, and then, boom, they're locked into you now. So now they're going to get an email blast once a month from you that talks about different concepts or stories, okay? Now they're going to see your Facebook page when you make an update or you give out a free offer on your Facebook page. So what you're doing is you're keeping your name in front of these clients, whether they like it or not. They're going to remember you. So just think of it like as your back office assistant that kind of runs on an autopilot. So there's many different ways you can use this, but you need to have either this Me Again tool or something similar to succeed in now and in the future, because it's going to organize all of your contacts for you in one place that you can access from your cell phone or from your desktop. Okay, Joe, what were you going to say?
Yep, no, absolutely. And just to take one step further on this, like you had mentioned, this automated process, once you enact it, once it's up and running, there's very, very little maintenance. It's going to automatically generate more activity for you down the road. So I think it's a great tool. Again, doesn't cost a penny to get up and running with that platform, and we have demos here in the office where if you're interested, give us a call or email in and we can walk you through the entire process. On to number 4, which is all focused on increasing your transaction value, getting more money for that sale. And I'll use the example of upselling, being able to provide products that the client is not aware of that are better than what they thought life insurance could ever be. A perfect example of that is if you're selling the new insurance or the old type of insurance. And what I mean by that is life insurance that pays while you're alive. 2014 was a great year for all the living benefit products. We saw an explosion in both the term marketplace, the IUL marketplace, the whole life marketplace, even no-lapse universal life products with living benefits. So the living benefit solution, I think, is a great conversation to have. That's changing up the product offerings that you have, changing what would normally be sold as a term or universal life or whole life product, bundling different products. It could be something as simple as selling a term policy that has a built-in critical illness rider or disability income rider. Being able to do that allows you to upsell that client. Now they don't have to worry about a separate disability income product. If you just sold them, in that example, a term life policy, and they saw an advertisement about disability, they may call a disability agent. And then you're losing that portion of the business. So thinking outside the box to make sure that we're meeting all the needs, especially with living benefits. In this example, we've got chronic illness riders, critical illness riders, terminal illness riders, plus that death benefit in one simple product. Another great thing about transitioning and using new products is you're giving yourself an edge on the competition. You're going to outsell them if they're using outdated products. You're also going to create more value with that client. So at the end of the day, that client's going to think to themselves, wow, my agent really helped me out. I have a great product. I didn't even know was available. Nobody else talked to me about this. That is going to help you gain a customer for life. And then when you start marketing to that client other products, they're going to respect you as an agent. They're going to see that you have their best interests at heart, and that'll do a lot for you down the road, especially with all the ongoing marketing that we talk about in these examples. Step number 5 here, adding more value, following up, giving more to the clients, and of course in return they're going to give you more. A great example of this, as you see in the bottom left-hand side here, is the free scholarship platform. This is something that every agent should be giving to their client, even if you don't sell them a product that's related to scholarship planning. There's currently over 340 colleges to choose from. Essentially what you're doing is you're giving your client access to 25% off the cost of college education at every one of those 340 plus colleges. I've listed all the carriers on the bottom of that screen. So we have a Surety Life. It could be their whole life. It could be their critical illness, disability income, their universal life product. We also have returner premium, annuity products, indexed UL with Kansas City Life, National Life, and then of course our lightning issue term product where clients can actually quote and apply, get approved instantly. Just by giving someone that scholarship platform saying, hey, by the way, you might not be interested in this, but because you work with me as your agent, I represent this great scholarship platform. I'm going to give you a certificate right now for a $500 scholarship just for meeting with me. If you use it, great, but if nothing more, check it out. It could help someone in your family down the road, an unborn child, a niece, a nephew. By doing that, again, you're adding value. You're setting yourself apart as an agent. Nobody else is going to be able to offer that to your client. So a great tool to be able to use and to give clients more.
Yeah, just think about this for a second. You know, you have your website now. You have your Facebook page. You have clients and prospects in your email database, okay? So now, between your website, your Facebook page, and your email blast, you send out that $500 scholarship coupon. So anyone that clicks reply, okay, or is interested to hear more, gets that $500 free scholarship without even buying a policy from you. That is just for clicking reply. It generates a phone call from you to them. You offer them the $500 scholarship, and obviously that is an entry to talk about life insurance products as a whole, but you just created the sizzle in the value, which is what we talk about on number 5, by giving that free scholarship with no purchase necessary. So that is a great tool to get appointments for a webinar like we're on now, or let's say a seminar. Maybe you're talking about annuities or life insurance. This is a great gift. Instead of just a $20 buffet at Ponderosa, this is a little extra value, okay, that you bring to the table by being associated with us. Then, if they want to purchase a policy from you, okay, with any of those carriers, they get one free year on top of the $500. So that's where, obviously, everyone does very well. You don't pay for that. You don't lose commissions. The client doesn't pay extra. So that's a real win-win. Then we have another program that Joe is going to talk about that is awesome for final expense or burial, but the same type of concept. Okay, Joe.
Yep, so the Legacy Safeguard platform, which is on the right-hand side of the screen, is another free tool, free platform. You can enroll your clients in whether or not they purchase a product. But what it basically does is for the final expense marketplace, it offers clients free legacy planning services, estate planning support, funeral home locators, a free living will, access to estate attorneys, grief counseling support, everything that a normal client's going to worry about when they're putting together that end-of-life plan. This Legacy Safeguard platform takes care of it. They have access to all these counselors, people to help them negotiate even the price of a funeral. So by giving this to that client absolutely free with no purchase necessary, again, you're setting yourself apart from all the other agents that may have talked to that client or will speak to them in the future. It's just another great tool to give that client to show them that you have their best interest at heart and you're giving them more. They're going to respect you for that and reciprocate with, of course, all the business and referrals down the road.
Okay, thank you, Joe. So moving forward here, we're going to talk about some other ideas and different thoughts that we put together to help keep your name out there, okay, in today's new world, if you will. Very important, and again, this is free to everyone, okay? 86% of all policyholders went online in 2013 before they bought a life insurance policy. They went to Google to do a search, okay? What you can do for free, it's called a Google Place listing. What you're looking at in front of you on the life side, this is an agent that took advantage of this free Google Place listing. And they simply put in their logo, their company name, their contact info, and a little bit about the agency. Everyone can do this at no charge. It takes probably 5 to 10 minutes. Very, very simple, okay? So if you just think about it, it's a no-brainer. Everyone is going to Google now. There's no more yellow pages. There's no more SkyMall. Everyone is thinking Google either on their cell phones, on their computers. I mean, let's face it, everywhere you go now, I don't care if the person is 17 years old or 85, everyone is on their cell phones, okay? They're constantly searching, they're texting, they're emailing. So why not be a part of this new trend? And these are ways that you can take advantage of this. Stay top of mind, okay? Very, very important. That's like what we were saying earlier with Facebook, with email blasting. Keep your name out there because when that prospect is ready to buy, you want them to remember Bill Levinson, the local life insurance agent. So constantly think like that. Another great idea, I'm sure you have past clients that you've sold to that think that you're the best thing in the world, which is great. Well, what you can do next time, or you can even go backwards and call them to ask if they're okay with this, take your cell phone out, take a quick 30-second video, okay, of this person and say, hey, why did you like working with me? Then take that video, put it on your Facebook page, okay? Email blast it out. That's a testimonial. And these days, a 30-second video is more attractive than anything else in the market right now. So that's another great way. If you can get like 10 of these, put them on your Facebook page, put them on your website under testimonials, email blast them out. Another great way, okay, to get the phone to ring, to create the sizzle that you need to create an email or a new lead that comes to you. You have to start thinking like this. And that whole mindset is build the database. You want thousands of people, prospects, clients in your database so you can drip on them at least once a month, keeping your name in front of everyone. It's just a numbers game, okay? So I just want you to start thinking along these same lines. Host a seminar without going broke. That's what we spoke about earlier with our $500 scholarship voucher. This is a great way to generate that appointment. And think like this, another great email to send out to your thousands of people in your database. So just for picking up the phone and talking to you, $500 scholarship. Done. That's simple. Okay? It's that easy. This is the sizzle that you can start to create now. We also have a brand new company, Life of the Southwest. All their life and annuity products get the full one-year scholarship program. So we now have Kansas City Life, Assurity Life, we have Lightning Term, and Life of the Southwest. So we have a great selection there, and again, it doesn't cost you a penny. Another idea, use Facebook to draw prospects. Everyone now is on Facebook. My 92-year-old grandma has a Facebook page, okay? So there's no excuse anymore. You need to learn the basics. We even customized a quote engine that allows you to put this on your Facebook page so your friends and neighbors and clients can see, wow, life insurance quoter. I can run a quote online instantly, and in seconds I'll know exactly what a 20-year term is at $100,000, and I can see it's only $14 a month, and what a great price. I'm going to message Bill Levinson so I can find out more information. That's the way you need to start thinking. The last paragraph there is find a niche. Okay, this is very, very important. And it doesn't matter what color your skin is or your religion, okay? It doesn't make a difference. But what's important is you can focus on cigar smokers, okay? Go out to the local cigar shops by using Google and LinkedIn. You can run searches on anyone and everything these days for free. It's at your fingertips. So go after cigar smokers and offer a non-smoker preferred rates, okay, where everyone else is offering smoker rates. You can come in at half the price and be a superstar. That's just an idea. But you can turn that into cigar smokers, even that newest electronic cigarette, the vapor. You can give preferred non-smoker rates. Go to all these new vapor shops, skydivers, foreign national market, okay? Transamerica is huge in that space. So we have a bunch of material that talks about foreign nationals and how they can save taxes. And there's so many different avenues and ways that you can turn this into your own special niche. So just constantly be thinking like that, because it can turn into more sales for you, and you can really start to build a business inside of a business. So we put together a few other sales programs. We have these great books that you can mail out to your clients that, again, will spark interest in conversations about how you can discuss college planning and save them on an RMD situation, whatever the case is. Joe's going to touch on that. In fact, what we'll do is anyone that's interested in our books, we will mail you out a free copy at no charge. And then, of course, if you want to buy in bulk, we give co-op prices on everything that you're about to see. Joe?
Yeah, of course. So the top book here, of course, is called The Wealth Assault on Boomers. This really focuses on the effects of RMDs, how it's going to affect your clients, how it's going to reduce their estate value. The great thing about this book is it's only 60 pages. It takes about 30 minutes to read. The idea is giving that to someone who's a qualified prospect, especially affluent seniors. By the time they're done reading it, they're really going to understand RMDs. They're going to understand how it affects them, and they're going to contact you to set up an effective life insurance strategy to help combat all those RMDs they're going to have to take down the road. That's a great book, like Bill mentioned, to hand out to clients. On the bottom, a very similar type of scenario, really geared towards all type of clients, called Pay Yourself to Wealth. So the focus of this book, again, it takes about, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes to read. There's chapters on retirement planning, college savings planning, using life insurance as a savings gift. It really breaks down the life insurance product, explains all the advantages to the consumer. Again, by the time they're done reading this, they're going to understand the product. They're going to understand why it's so advantageous, and they're going to reach out to you to set up a conversation. We've seen it happen time after time. These are great even just to give to a qualified prospect. We even have agents that go to their local dentist or doctor's office on an appointment, and then they ask if they can leave a book or two in the lobby. They put their logo or label on it so that clients can read it. They can take it with them. They can have the contact information of that agent. So it's a really great tool. Again, as Bill mentioned, we can send them out to you at no cost if you're interested. Our email marketing tool, this goes back to all the different things we've been talking about. This is a absolutely free platform for you to be able to reach out to your clients and prospects. Again, an easy turnkey way to keep your name in front of them. It's very, very simple. If you have a list of clients or a list of prospects, even if you have 15 or 20, you can start small and build a list from there. We provide all the templates for you, so you can literally take all your clients, put them into the email marketing account. You can pick which templates you want to use. We have everything from free scholarships to using life insurance for small business owners, anything you could think of, critical illness policies, different templates that integrate with social media. We've done all that work for you, so you basically put in your list of clients, you pick which email templates you want to send them at different times, and then those clients receive those emails from you on a weekly or monthly basis. They can then click through and learn more about all the products. While they're clicking through, they're generating leads for you. So you're going to know which clients opened up each email, which clients are interested in different topics. Once you set up that automated platform, it really runs on autopilot again, making your life easier because you spend less time working on which emails go out when and how do I design them. everything is taken care of for you. You just have to pull the trigger and start using this to all your clients and prospects. But definitely something that we've set up for all the agents to use. It's a turnkey system, and you can even create your own templates moving forward.
Okay, thank you, Joe. And yeah, what's so crazy about this is even the life insurance companies now are seeing where the value is and where the industry is headed, and they have come out with a bunch of templates and client videos you can use out in the field. So you can take this stuff, co-brand it with your name and information, and again, throw it on your Facebook page, throw it on your website homepage, okay? Email, blast it out. You have hundreds and thousands of options now. So there will never be a month where you won't have a new message to put out there, okay? And again, every email or every message that you're trying to get across may not hit everyone, okay? But all it takes is that one time where they're going to hit the reply button and want more information, and boom, that leads to a sale. It's really that simple. And even if you say to yourself, oh, I only have 50 emails in my database because I haven't been collecting these. Nowadays, we have a list company. You can buy different lists. You can say, okay, I want this demographic and I want this income bracket, okay, and you can even break it down to age and male, female, and they charge like pennies on the dollar for each name and email address. So you can start to build and purchase your own list. It's very, very inexpensive, okay? So there's no excuse now. Now, this is our just about our last slide here. We have one left, but I want to talk about this. I think it's very important. So you can't just say, okay, now I have 500 emails, and I'm going to start emailing everyone tomorrow. It's not that simple, okay? Just a few suggestions. Once you're up and running, you want to be different, okay? Everyone and their mother is out there talking about how great term insurance or whole life is. You need to be a little different. Be creative. Be unique, okay? Maybe instead of talking about how great life insurance is, talk about a new concept that's called return of premium that guarantees you get all of your premiums back at the end of the term. And we have that for life, term, whole life, indexed UL, disability, long-term care, basically every product across the board. Guaranteed return of premium, free insurance. Talk about college planning, okay? That's putting a different twist on a typical life insurance sale. The most important one I love is the new type of life insurance that pays you while you're still alive, okay? You don't have to be dead to collect. The new type of insurance pays while you're alive, and I have access to the best products in the industry right now. Take out your cell phone. Take those videos, okay, of past clients that think that you are the best because you saved them a ton of money or sold them a new type of life insurance policy, okay? Take the video when they're excited, 30 seconds. Put that on your Facebook page. Email blast that out. That's being different. You can even write blogs. Pick different topics that maybe you're an expert in. Get your name out there. We are all media companies moving into the future, so we have to think like this, and we're here to help you. Just a few more bullets I'll touch on. What I recommend is sending out an email blast at least once a month. You can't, I would not suggest going every week or every other week because it's going to be a little too much in your face, so I like that once a month. Obviously, you don't want to send in the middle of a Hanukkah or Christmas. Just use your common sense when you send these, and again, we can help you put these together with our customized templates, and we'll give you our suggestions, but we have some great ideas, and with the carriers now all getting behind this, between us and the life insurance companies, you have all of the material at your fingertips, again, at no charge, so there's no excuse to not start to use the DRIP system. Okay, the last slide here. I'm just going to talk about a few lead programs that we now have. These are all co-op programs that we pay a portion of, so we do ask that all of the business that gets written from these leads gets sent back through our office, as you can understand. So the first thing I'll mention is our mortgage lead program. That's been our most successful program. We place the orders every single Monday, $12 per lead, and we give you a couple free with every order. Then we have a final expense direct mail program that paired up with the Legacy Safeguard, which is the turnkey burial sales platform. It's basically all of the tools that you will need to go out and sell final expense. Then we have a direct mail annuity lead program that we sell. We pay for about 30% of the cost of that. So again, and if you want to learn more about that program, talk to Josh Hoffman in our office, and he can dive into that a little bit more. But these are great.